I'm Gareth at Davies with Spencer Oliver here for The Debrief, of course, our show for talkSPORT, where we look back and look forward. We look back tonight on a brilliant performance by Adam Azim. 10 rounds where he showed us at 20 against a very tough Central American rather, Santos Reyes de Managua, Nicaragua, just how many boxing skills he possesses at the age of 20 against a very tough fighter.
Do you know what? He showed us great maturity for a young man of 20, 7 fights in. You know, he started the fight very well, snapped out the jab, looked like he wanted to get an early finish. Second round, big right hand goes, and Santos goes down, Reyes goes down, and he's in desperate trouble. Don't know how he recovered and recovered as quick as he did.
Because he's tough.
Yeah, because
he
tough.
Believed in himself. Because he's seasoned.
Absolutely, and because this is hope for him. You know, he sees this as opportunity, and he did not want to let that go. That was a great performance from both guys. I think what we saw tonight was Adam Azim, that he has that potential. He is going to be a British superstar. It's about not if he becomes world champion, but if he becomes a multi-world champion. That's what I see there. I think the kid has the ability, and he showed that tonight to go all the way. But credit where credit's due to Santos Reyes, because he hung in there, Gareth, and put in a credible performance.
What I really like about Adam Azim, though, he is clearly... he knows not to be hit. He's got a natural ability to never be reckless, even when he's on top.
Showed patience.
And that patience is amazing at that age. That experience tonight will teach him so much, because they've got to step him up every time now. Yeah. They can't put him in against easy opponents. Do you know, it's weird, I said when we were on commentary tonight, after 3 rounds, I almost didn't want him to stop Reyes, because I wanted to see the beauty of his movement. His control of space as an athlete, as a fighter, his IQ is extraordinary, isn't it?
I totally agree. You know, like you say, like he controlled that space. He found the range early on from the first round. The right hand was brilliant. Shot selection was superb as well. Touching upstairs, switching the body shots in there. It was only Reyes' toughness that kept him in there. Like you say, after 3 or 4 rounds, you thought, I want to see this go 10 rounds. You know, just so we can see more of Adam Azim and how his development is. What he'll be like. Will he get impatient? Will he start to get reckless? No, he held the game together. But by the time I got to around 8 or 9, I was looking over at Reyes. I saw him in the corner. I can see that this kid is brave and he wants to push on. But I'm also looking, so I'm thinking, he's getting bashed up and he's looking hurt. It was pride that was keeping me in there. But you got to the stage in around 8, 9, 10 where you're thinking, I wouldn't mind seeing it being stopped now. But we got the 10 rounds. You know, Reyes got through that, you know, went out on his shield. But what we saw there with Adam Azim is that he showed us that he's so mature for a kid that's only having 7 fights.
There's a lot of hype and promotion in our sport very often. And, you know, speaking to Shane McGuigan afterwards tonight, and he said, you know, yes, you enjoyed those 10 rounds. I get to see this every day in the gym. Sure. That's why I'm saying he really is a special talent. And the old man, of course, the great featherweight world champion, Barry McGuigan, said to me afterwards, but we don't want him to do too many rounds at this stage in his career and let his hands go too much, because you don't want them to get brittle either, which is also a very good point. I think we are witnessing, if it does transpire and it does grow in that way, we are witnessing the beginning of a British sporting superstar.
Absolutely. Mate, you're fine. That's what you call no spatial awareness. Right, listen, what we had there was they're dismantling the place, right?
You must be tired, because you got a bit moody with him then. It was like, that, you know, when you get that thing when you start to kick off.
Am I tired? Can you hear what he's saying? I must be tired, right? I was here yesterday for the weigh-in. We've done the weigh-in. I'm going to explain to you guys what's been going on in my life. I've done the weigh-in.
I'll take a rest while he explains.
I left here at 3 o'clock, went to King's Cross, went to Sheffield, done some commentary, started at 7 o'clock, finished at 12 o'clock, got in the car, come back 3:30, got home, got up at 7:30, and I've got to come and work with him again, Sorry.
God, it's a hard life, isn't it? The
So,
trouble
yes,
is, though, he
I'm-
loves it.
Yes, I'm ratty. Yes, I'm tired.
Your voice has been going for about 2.5 weeks. I'm going to have to get you some more of those lozenges that you need.
Yeah, look, we are witnessing what
It's a
I think
privilege,
is the
isn't it?
beginning
Yeah.
of greatness, the beginning of someone that could potentially go down in British boxing history. That's, you know, I know it's a big shout and
No,
it's
it isn't.
early, and maybe he hasn't had the test that we need. We've been around this sport a long time, and I see a lot of good fighters come along. And what I'm witnessing here is every bit as good as a young Nazim Hamid, a young, you know, Amir Khan, those sort of guys.
I agree,
And
I
those
agree.
guys hit the heights they've reached. There's no reason why Adam Azim can't do the same.
I completely agree, because what happens is your eyes are drawn to that person when you see them live.
Sure.
You only get one chance to watch someone live, and when you're doing that, there's a special quality about some people in the way they move, how they control space and timing. It's going to be a great journey. Also tonight, Caroline Dubois on a great journey, 6-0 now after a year and a bit in the sport. They say she's going to be ready for a world title, even an undisputed title. She can get it by the end of this year. She's got to go through the levels now and through the names and get her ranking. Do you see her doing it?
Absolutely. Listen, we haven't got the same volume in women's boxing as we have in
the depth,
in
yeah,
the same
yeah.
volume, in the depth in women's boxing as we have in the male sport, but we are seeing the evolvement of it, and it's evolving all the time. I think that historic moment with Clarissa Seals and Savannah Marshall was really a monumental moment for women's boxing. Caroline Dubois, you know, had a great run in the Olympics. She got to the quarterfinals, was unlucky not to go through on that. Since she's turned pro, she's one of the outstanding women's boxers out there. Everything we've seen so far would suggest to me that she will be ready and world champion by the time this year's out.
I can barely hear you because they're literally throwing things deliberately. I think it's deliberate. They're just throwing things around us just to make noise, like that. That's just on cue. It's deliberate. One final thought tonight. Great performance by Zach Shelley against Anthony Sims Jr.
Didn't really like that fight. It didn't really light up that fight.
It didn't light up till about the 6th round. Zach Shelley went through a very tough 8th round and showed something about himself. And as he said to us on the show, he outboxed the boxer tonight.
Yep.
I want to see big things from Zach Shelley. He's moving towards that level where he is going to start making noises and maybe could headline.
Absolutely. Listen, he loves being the underdog. You know, and he's done that since that loss to Cody Davies. You know, when he moved up to light heavyweight,
Yeah.
he's come back down in weight, super middleweight, found his weight, and he keeps upsetting the apple cart. Great win last time out, up in Manchester
Yeah.
against Brad Ray.
Yeah.
That was a great
Bradley
win.
Ray,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bradley Ray. And tonight, I've got to be honest. I thought Anthony Sims was going to win this contest. Not only win it, I thought he was going to win it inside the distance. I thought you would see the difference in levels, but Zach Shelley again stepped it up. He weathered the storm. I thought it was a good performance.
Absolutely. Well, listen, it's always good when you're proved wrong, isn't it? And it's always good when you're proved wrong. You've been watching me and Spencer for the debrief. Catch us next week.